Welcome to Goodison Park for Neville Southall's Testimonial. A great atmosphere at the Great Old Ground. The Celtic fans in good voice. They've made the journey down from the north of the border. The fans have turned out in force, many from Merseyside as well. A real air of expectancy for the Cup winners of England, who are facing the Cup winners of Scotland. The team's preparing to come out of the tunnel. The master of ceremonies tonight will be Elton Wellesby of ITV fame. Elton introduces the team, led out by the Celtic mascot. A very big night for Sean Kelly. Sean suffers from the condition cerebral palsy, and he is a very big fan of Neville Southall, let me tell you, because Neville's the vice president of a local hospice, Clare House, where Sean gets quite a respite. And 12-year-old Sean coming out in his wheelchair, proudly displaying his Celtic shirt. Can't hide his excitement. Both teams wearing their traditional kits. Celtic in the green and white hoops, Everton in their blue, but one man is missing at the moment. Neville Southall, who almost shyly wanted to come out with the team, but shyly stayed in the tunnel. And we'll get a very special reception from all of the fans. Here he is, Neville Southall, and the Everton mascot tonight, someone he knows very well, Samantha Southall, looking somewhat more nervous than her dad. Neville, very much the family man. He missed the celebrations after the cup final last year to get back to his wife and daughter. And the whole of the Southall clan are here tonight. The display of the FA Cup around Goodison Park for the first time since it was won last May at Wembley. And Neville Southall goes to greet the Gladys Street. Not a new experience for him, they've been doing that for 15 seasons. Everton mascot, getting the fans going. Not that the Celtic fans need any encouragement. And Neville goes through the traditional warm-up, and I'm sure he's going to get plenty of souvenirs from tonight, but a Celtic shirt to add to the many medals that he has in the case back at home. 81 Wales caps at the moment, the most capped man in Welsh footballing history. Championship medals, FA Cup medals, European Cup winners medals, you name it, this man has won the lot. And now he's got another Celtic shirt to go with it. If this carries on, he could have a whole kit by the time the evening's over. Referee tonight, Keith Cooper, another Welshman like Neville from Pontypridd. And the linesmen, two Scousers, Jack Blakemore and Jerry Jones. So the captains have decided on which end they're going to attack and defend. And the game will be watched by a massive crowd. An excellent turnout for Neville, the king of keepers, as he was described in the evening's souvenir programme. Before kick-off, we will have a minute's silence to show respect to John Marshall, a School of Excellence player who sadly died recently, the three children who were killed on Merseyside over the weekend.
Your attention, please. We now honour a young player who sadly died on July the 3rd. John Marshall was assigned to the School of Excellence. Also, three youngsters tragically killed over the weekend. Our thoughts are with their families at this time.
As you would expect from residents of Merseyside and Glasgow, the silence perfectly observed, and the team prepared to kick off. And that's not going to be far from Everton's starting team this season. A bit of an experiment from Joe Royle, playing Vinnie Samways just behind Duncan Ferguson and Paul Rideout in a bit of a diamond formation. Celtic will play a 4-4-2, a team bursting with international players. Watch out for Van Hooijdonk, the Dutch international striker, the number 9, nearest the camera. So it's Celtic, the Scottish Cup champions, who kick off against Everton, as we know, the English FA Cup winners. So you could say it's the Battle of Britain. It may be a testimonial, it may be a friendly, but there'll be nobody pulling out of this, and it's Celtic onto the attack early on, but stopped by David Unsworth, who had a good summer, making his England debut. It's Tosh McGinley, the left-back for Celtic, a Scottish international player. This really is a prestige match for both sides, and the tackles are going to be flying in. When the Scots come down to England, they always see it as some kind of war. They'll applaud and clap and sing Neville Southall's name, but they'll also hope that he lets a few goals in. Plenty of height, plenty of weight in this Celtic team. Everton with their enough first choice back four. Just no Earl Barrett in the team. That's Samways, who's caught in possession. An experimental role, as I said, for him in the centre of midfield, but out-foxed early on by John Collins, the Celtic number 11. And an early cross for Neville Southall. Takes no risks. Probably could have caught that one, but Neville believes in setting the attack early on. Now Limpar. Looking extremely fit after the summer break, playing a 1-2 with Ferguson. Holmes to Barry Horn, measured pass to Andy Hinchcliffe. His passes are always measured, looking for the height of Duncan Ferguson. He's had a very close cropped haircut over the summer months. Now Van Hooijdonk, the Celtic number 9. This is their danger man. Taking on Unsworth, and excellent defending in the end. It was Barry Horn who got back there. Celtic showing real menace in the early stages. A little too sprightly for referee Keith Cooper, and gives Everton the free kick. Pierre, Pierre is the cry from the Celtic fans for Pierre Van Hooijdonk. Certainly a lively start from the Scots. Andy Hinchcliffe. Limpar seems to be all over the field in the early stages. Ball played out. This time pass by Joe Parkinson. Seems like it's the top 10 Scottish hits the Celtic fans really making this quite an occasion. Certainly pumping up the volume. Now Holmes for Everton. That's not a bad cross. Looking for Duncan Ferguson, not quite finding him. Holmes has a second stab at it. Rideout to Samways. Lovely ball from Ferguson. There's a chance for Rideout. Was that in? Oh, the linesman says no. We'll have a second look at it. Rideout was definitely onside, off the bar, and just the wrong side of the line. We needed a Russian linesman on that occasion. Instead we got a Scouse linesman. Corner kick anyway to Everton. Limpar curls it in. Lovely control from the Swede. Oh, beautiful skill as well. Completely sends one Celtic defender, though not the second. He's flying, Anders Limpar. Another one who's gone for the fashionable short haircut. Fashion up in Glasgow is obviously green and white anything. Now Collins. Great play again. Not dissimilar to Anders Limpar in his style of play. Boyd brings the ball out from the back. The arms go up. And a little late, the flag of linesman Jack Blakemore went up. Neville Southall yet to make a save, but I would imagine those gloves are going to get a few balls played into them as the game goes on. Now, Celtic attack. Van Hooijdonk. Cut out by Parkinson, looking for Limpar, as Everton are tending to do at every given opportunity. Lovely ball from Samways. Now Rideout. Ferguson waiting at the far post, doesn't quite reach him. And of course, Duncan Ferguson is not going to get much encouragement from the Celtic fans, being a former Rangers player. And they'll be baiting him for the whole of the game. 7,000 Celtic fans inside Goodison Park, boosting the crowd. Like everybody, they have universal respect for Neville Southall. What can you say that hasn't already been said about the big man? He watches his teammates attack. Limpar puts in a dangerous cross. Falls to Barry Horn, doesn't get the shooting opportunity. Almost falls to Limpar, it does! And a great save by Paki Bonner. And it's the Scottish goalkeeper, or should I say Irish to be precise, the Irish World Cup goalkeeper Bonner, who makes the first telling save of the game. Bonner, the Celtic keeper, a great custodian, just like Neville at the other end. Playing for Ireland in the World Cup finals, 2 World Cup finals, and at the wrong end of his career. And Neville Southall would appreciate that save with the feet, one that Big Nev's perfected himself over the years. This is Unsworth. Back to Neville. And Everton build from the back. Holmes to Horn. He'll relish this game against Celtic. He'll be battling in there with Collins. I'd imagine he'll let Collins know that he's around and grant a similar type player. Now Paul Rideout, another former Rangers player. He's going to come in for some stick from the Celtic fans. But O'Donnell half clears the ball. Now Grant, tigerish midfield player. It's McGinley. Now Collins, space to work in. Parkinson's let him loose once, and Collins makes things happen. O'Donnell, O'Donnell, maybe shooting opportunity. He tries one, and still Neville Southall to be tested on his big nights. Peter Grant, who went down with a knock a few moments ago, gets treatment from the Celtic physio. So a chance for the players to have a quick drink as well on what is a pretty hot evening on Merseyside. Andy Walker, the number 10, taking a swig there, the former Bolton player who helped put Liverpool out of the FA Cup a couple of seasons ago. Shares a joke with Mr. Cooper. Meanwhile, Neville Southall equally as alert. He'll be concentrating on this game. He doesn't know all the fuss about. He said he's almost refused to chat to the media beforehand. He wants to win this game. That's all he cares about. Maybe it's big night, but as far as he's concerned, it's another one of those many cup finals that he's played in. Grant's okay to carry on. And Everton start from Hinchcliffe. As you can see, apart from the main stand, it's pretty much a sellout here. Now Limpar. Holmes looking for the height of Ferguson. He doesn't win it, but he sent it on to Limpar. Oh, and he'll wish he'd done better than that, Anders Limpar. Applause from the Everton fans, but they'll be thinking that Limpar could have done better. A couple of months into the season, he'll be burying those. But still, Limpar lacking a little bit of that sharpness, which the long pre-season takes away. A great Everton move. And Ferguson taking 2 players out of the ball game there. All built from the back from Hinchcliffe. Barry Horn biting away, that's his trademark, wins the ball, gives it to Limpar. Ferguson wants it and gets it. Gets the much expected boos of the Celtic fans. Hinchcliffe. Limpar. Hinchcliffe again, looking to swing one in with that left foot. Finds his man. Now Craig Short. Summer signing from Derby County, brings the ball forward, plays it to Horn, but a bad ball by Horn, a bad ball by Collins. Parkinson to Hinchcliffe, where it all started. Now Limpar, shooting opportunity maybe, he's 40 yards out, which was rather adventurous. He's won a free kick, and this could be shooting distance for Andy Hinchcliffe. Shoved off the ball. The referee says it's going to be a direct free kick. And there's only one man for this job, a trusty left foot of Hinchcliffe. Now, can he curl it around that wall and test Bonner? Well, it had curl, it had swerve, but it didn't quite have the accuracy that Andy Hinchcliffe was looking for. Compliments on every single page of the testimonial brochure. But maybe what sums up Neville Southall was a comment from Joe Royle, Mr. Everton himself, who says that Neville Southall is simply the best goalkeeper he's ever seen. A few who've watched Neville Southall over his 14 years of service at Goodison Park will disagree with that. Now Grant, can Celtic test him? Van Hooijdonk beat to the ball by Unsworth, good play. Ball rolled back to Southall. Nobody coming short, so he's going to have to pump it long and high up the field. Well out of his area. Looking for the height of Ferguson. Ferguson flicks it on. Drops to Samways, good shot! There's a chance for Limpar! Great goal! Anders Limpar, the scorer. But how fitting it is that the initial move was started by Neville Southall. Well, it was route one to goal, the massive kick from Big Nev, the flick on from Ferguson, a wonderful shot from Samways, which never deserved the goal. And Limpar finished off the move. And Everton are leading. Half an hour gone of Neville Southall's testimonial. And Anders Limpar marks the occasion with the first goal of the game. The assist goes to the man who matters tonight, the Everton goalkeeper. The Celtic fans remain in good voice. But even they were silenced momentarily by that gripping Everton goal. Right out. Ball cut out by Grant. And helps it on, but only as far as Samways. Now it's Everton who are buzzing. Short. Plays it short to Paul Holmes. Looking through, it comes off Ferguson, who's been more than tightly marked. He's going to have bumps and bruises after this game. Now Andy Walker, hardly seen anything of the Celtic attackers since the opening minutes of the game. Easy man to spot, Mark McNally. The headband. Van Hooijdonk, the big Dutchman. Samways playing it to Unsworth, and Everton build from the back again. It's from a similar position. Neville Southall hit that ball high for the Everton goal. This time it's football from the back. Grant to McGinley. McGinley makes a good run from that full-back position and can't quite get the cross in. Certainly a threat, the left-hand side of the field for Celtic, one of their strengths. Now Ferguson, Parkinson, Hinchcliffe. Has not seen the ball for a few moments. He's getting back into the thick of things. As Everton just tease Celtic. There they are again, almost a second, almost. Bonner dropped it, but just regained possession at the final minute. Paul Rideout it was who got the head to the ball. And Bonner beaten once, not yet beaten a second time. Using the match to assess his team's capabilities for the forthcoming season. The Evertonians expecting their team to be challenging for honours again, following up that FA Cup victory. And Joe's certainly laid the foundations for some successful years ahead at Goodison. Couldn't have a better fan support nor better experienced players to build that team upon, starting at the back with Southall. And Hooijdonk playing the ball to Collins, who finds O'Donnell. Good ball in, excellent defending. There's a penalty appeal there, the referee says no, and Hooijdonk looking for the shot. There is a shot, blocked. Collins trying to rasp one in with a left foot. And the best period of sustained Celtic pressure we've seen comes to an end, and there's an injury to Joe Parkinson then, who put his body between ball and goal to save Neville Southall the bother of making a save. Joe Royal has several players to call upon. You can see Tony Grant behind him, and John Ebrell may get a game tonight. It's unlikely that Jason Kearton's going to dislodge Neville Southall in this game, nor for the next few years. Still regarded as one of the top 5 goalkeepers in Britain, Neville, despite being in his 37th year. And Hooijdonk looking for Grant. The tackles flying in between Grant and Ferguson. No love lost between those two. Grant, Mr. Celtic. Ferguson, still a Rangers player, I suppose, deep down somewhere in his heart. Ferguson again evading the tackle, that time of Grant. Limpar has space. He has Hinchcliffe making a run and finds him. Hinchcliffe, good cross to the far post, and Ferguson tried something spectacular. Now that would have had Glasgow talking had he scored that goal. Big Duncan always willing to try something special, and that really would have got the season off to a flying start, quite literally. The referee telling Ferguson and Grant to calm things down and not to spoil Southall's big night. The two of them have had a few little tussles and shirt pulling, and pushing and shoving. I'm sure they'll watch their behaviour from now on. It all adds to the entertainment. Now Horn. Holmes. Hinchcliffe. Everton putting a great deal of emphasis on the pre-season. They don't want to start in the Premiership like last year when they were rooted to the bottom early on. There's been a massive improvement at the club. You can certainly see it in the way they've played the football tonight. Holmes cross. Coming off a Celtic defender. Bonner couldn't stop the corner. And it's going to be something, hopefully, for the Park End to get excited about. No better taker of a corner in the country than Hinchcliffe, and that proves the point. Ferguson bustling the ball into the goal. And a beautiful Brazilian-type corner, and Ferguson takes the greetings of the fans in Chris Eubank fashion. Brilliant, brilliant corner by Hinchcliffe, and just helped in the shaven head of Duncan Ferguson. Well, he's enjoyed that one, even if the Celtic fans didn't. Everton's second goal, with 6 minutes to go to half-time. And now it's the name of Duncan Ferguson which is springing to the lips of the Everton fans. Arguably the most popular centre-forward over the last couple of decades. Probably the last man to be as popular as him at Goodison was Andy Gray. And the Scot himself, of course, and maybe before that, Joe Royle. He's only been at the club a season or so and is still already regarded as a legend. And that was a nickname given to him by Neville Southall, of all people, the man who creates all of the nicknames at the club. Unsworth, who's known as the Rhino, to Limpar. Ferguson. Ball cut out there by Collins. He tries to make something happen for Celtic. Plays it short to Grant. McGinley to Walker. Collins helps it on. Anywhere will do for Unsworth. Not long to go to half-time. 2-0, I'm sure, will be satisfactory all round for those in blue shirts and the man in the yellow shirt, the Everton goalkeeper. And Joe Royle himself will be very smug about this. But I'm sure we haven't seen the last of Celtic. O'Donnell. McGinley's cross. Put out by Holmes. Celtic fans still in good voice after 45 minutes of continuous singing. And Hoydonk going high for the ball, cleared by Rideout. Barry Horn chases, but Mark McNally gets there first. And the referee saying that he was fouled by Barry Horn. Welsh referee Keith Coper showing no favour to the captain of Wales. There is Horn. Like Southall, a very proud Welshman. Hinchcliffe. Oh dear me, you never walk alone being sang inside Goodison Park, and you can tell it's not the Everton fans are singing that. The Celtic fans getting into the party mood and taunting the Evertonians, but it's Everton who are leading by 2-0. That's all that matters really at the end of the day. Looking for a third. Anders Limpar, who's had a great start despite that one opportunity that he did fluff. Great cross by Limpar. Looking for Ferguson, nods it down to Samways, and it wasn't far away. Even that Everton attack, which is almost a third goal, hasn't silenced the Celtic fans. No person that's really done that with any great style has been Duncan Ferguson. The Everton fans in bare-chested mood, very happy on the early evidence of what their team are going to produce. Grant for Van Hooijdonk, lays it down to O'Donnell. Parkinson biting away. McNally. Southall hanging on to this clean sheet at the moment. Of course, that's one of the many records he has, setting a record 7 successive clean sheets at one period last year. He hasn't looked in any danger tonight, though. You may do here an indirect free kick to Celtic, 25 yards out maybe. Watch out for the number 11 Collins, one of the best exponents of the free kick in Scotland. But Van Hooijdonk, a tall centre forward, packs a punch with his right foot as well. Will it be Collins left or Van Hooijdonk's right? Neville Southall asked for a 5-man wall. Looks as though it's going to be Collins once they've got themselves sorted out. It is. Collins chips it in, the wall very well placed though. It's a chase, and that will be an Everton goal kick. Seconds just ticking away now to the half-time whistle. The referee checking his watch. A very satisfactory first 45 minutes. Whistles from the crowd. And there we go, the whistle from Mr. Cooper brings the first 45 minutes of the big man's testimonial to an end. A very satisfactory first half. Anders Limpar giving Everton the lead after Vinnie Samway's shot had hit the underside of the bar. And Duncan Ferguson one up against the Celtic fans who've been teasing him throughout the game. He's scoring Everton's second goal. The teams take to the field for the second half. Neville Southall this time greets the park end. Smiles on the faces of the Everton players. They have good reason to be pleased with themselves, but I'm sure that Tommy Burns has been rallying his players during the half-time break. They may not care that it's Neville's big night. They want to beat him. They want to ruin that night. Of course, Neville's seen it all. 500 league appearances, 650 appearances altogether. He's come a long, long way from the kind of retiring lad that Everton signed from Bury. And who knows, he could have another 10 years left in him yet. Or suggested in the programme that he may play like Ted Sagar until he's 46. Who's to argue the way he's been playing over the last couple of seasons? And Neville could be tested here. He takes up that customary near post position. No shot raining on him yet. This is Ferguson. As if he needs any introduction, you can not only spot him, but you can hear the reaction when he gets the ball as well. Celtic attack. Van Hooijdonk to Grant, which is better movement from there. O'Donnell. Tosh McGinley to find Walker, but doesn't quite do that. He is the danger man on the left-hand side of the field. There he goes again, the Scottish international. Now Collins. Can't find McGinley then. That's left Celtic one man short at the back. If Everton can release it, Good play by Holmes, skips the challenge well. Celtic fan, whenever they've returned the ball tonight, they've shaken the hand of whichever player they're going to give it to. Certainly been a good-natured excursion, and there they go again. It's a fair deal. If you want the ball back, you've got to shake hands. Why not? Van Hooijdonk looking for a shooting opportunity. That he does. Oh, great save by Southall. How many times has that been said over the years? This is why we're here, because of the man that produces saves like that. That was world class. Well, that was Southall class. That's all you have to say. Brilliant tip over by Neville. He's tested again, but Van Hooijdonk can't get the header onto the ball. And what a great save. And that just shows the completeness of his goalkeeping. He's had little to do for, what, almost an hour of the game, and then he produces an international quality save like that to stop Van Hooijdonk scoring for Celtic. There are not too many goalkeepers that can produce consistently saves like that. It's almost expected of him now. Craig Short, who's playing his first major game in an Everton shirt, has found out what it's like to defend in front of one of the great men. Played with Peter Shilton at Derby, but even he doesn't compare to Southall at his very best. He's still in his mid-30s. Neville is regarded as a player at his peak. Everton battling to score a third goal. That really would complete the night for the big man. And Hooijdonk trying his best to ruin it. He was tumbled to the ground there by Undreth, who won the ball fairly in the eyes of the referee, Mr. Cooper. But certainly it hasn't been a game where players have pulled out of tackles. They've been flying in, they've been letting each other know that they're around. McGinley to Walker. Collins lets the ball go to Parkinson. Hinchcliffe to Limpar. Skill by Limpar. Alley's throw for Celtic to Collins, player who Joe Royle, I'm sure, has watched on several occasions with a view to bringing him south of the border. Collins has been a target of Everton, according to the newspapers at least, for the last couple of seasons, but it will cost quite a bit of money to prize him away from the team he loves. Good football from Celtic, but at a crucial moment, a player in an offside position. And the first substitution of the night for Everton. Tony Grant coming on at the expense of Vinnie Samways. And Grant, a man who's expected to produce great things this season. His first full season as a first teamer at Goodison Park. And Grant, of course, used to watch Southall as a kid. Now a shooting position for Andy Hinchcliffe. Can he curl it with that left foot? Teasing cross for Ferguson, who gets there, but just run out of ground to angle it goalwards. A substitution now for Celtic. Andy Walker going off, and on comes Simon Donnelly, who early in his career was described as the new Kenny Dalglish. And surprisingly, he's found it hard to live up to that particular description, but a dangerous player for Everton to deal with anyway. This is Holmes. Parkinson, Fulton Park. Nice little pass for Hinchcliffe. Looking for Ferguson. Strong play by him, but Bonner got his angles right. Another encouraging move by Everton. Great skill from John Collins, who's relishing the big match occasion, but Duncan Ferguson going in and bustling the Celtic player to the ground. And Duncan hits you know all about it. Early touch for Donnelly, the substitute, to Grant. Now McGinley. Lovely 1-2. McGinley keeps going. He's inside the area and he's gone to the ground and the referee's pointed to the spot. Controversial maybe it was the shout of the Celtic fans that changed his mind or made his mind up. Poor old Tony Grant, who'd only been on the field a couple of minutes, gives away a penalty. So Collins against Southall. No room for sentiment. Collins has brought Celtic back into the game. That shows the game is serious. If it was rigged, they'd have played that at Neville, Southall. It's not. It's a big game of football, and you can show Neville's disgust. He's not happy. He's let a goal in, and that hurts. John Collins penalty, bringing Celtic back into the game in the 65th minute. Now Barry Horn. We have a game on our hands. Plenty of time to play as well. Could be a big score, this one, as Holmes puts the ball in. Mowbray clears. Barry Horn fouled. Now this is a very dangerous situation. Andy Hinchcliffe hasn't quite hit the target with his left footers. Maybe it could be the turn of Limpart. Well, it's Hinchcliffe who's lining up to take it yet again with his left foot. Weighs it up and puts in a dinking little shot. More of a 9-iron than of the big woods, that shot. Header. Good skill from Rudy Varta, the Albanian international. Playing it short to Donlan. Now Van Hooijdonk. Gonna be a goal. Collins scores. And an excellent move. Produces an excellent goal for Celtic. Donnelly playing the ball across. Van Hooijdonk laying it back and then blocking the view of Neville Southall, who was beaten by a bit of a bobbler by John Collins, but nothing that Southall could do about it. The Celtic fans celebrate the goal in their own inimitable fashion. 2 goals within the space of 4 minutes. It's 2-2. And now Everton have a real tough task on their hands. They're only 3/4 of the game gone. Suspicions that it was going to be an Everton walkover when they went 2-0 up early in the game. It has now been really kicked into touch. The Celtic fans getting behind their team, but it's Everton attacking the Gladys Street. And Paul Holmes looking for the shot, gets one in and makes Bonner go to ground, but he's going to have to do better than that to beat the Irish international goalkeeper. So it's stalemate in the Battle of Britain. Who's going to win this game? The FA Cup winners or the Scottish Cup winners? Van Hooijdonk goes on another run. Difficult player to deal with, and Southall has to go in bravely to get there before Donnelly. It's been such a different game if Southall haven't made that excellent save from Van Hooijdonk. It's been Celtic's half the second half, and they're away again through Collins. Lovely pass through. This could be the third. Oh no, it's Southall to the rescue yet again. Brilliant save, different type this time, standing up as long as he could, making himself look big, which is pretty natural for him, and a brilliant save with the feet by Neville Southall. We're seeing the whole repertoire of saves. We've seen the flying save, now we've seen the intelligent block from point-blank range. Tony Grant fights and wins the ball. Right out fouled, no doubt about it. Tom Boyd giving a free kick away, and this really is scoring distance. It's Andy Hinchcliffe, who's had half a dozen opportunities so far. Will it be a lucky 7 for him? Now this does call for a little curly-whirly over the top of the wall. It goes under the wall, a bit of a worm burner, as they say in the United States. The grass cutter not working out, but at least Everton have a corner from it. And Hinchcliffe whips in the corner. Now Grant steadies himself. Shooting chance for Ferguson. Plays the cross in, and that's just over the bar. David Unsworth with the header. Maybe Duncan Ferguson should have tried the shot from that little angle. You finer sights in England than Goodison Park. It has a loud and large crowd in it. The pitch in beautiful condition as well. This is great. Second Celtic substitute. Plays it short for Boyd. McGinley hits and hopes. Van Hooijdonk chases and causes a few problems for Unsworth, who keeps a cool head. Donnelly dinks the ball in. Tough one for Short to deal with. Half clears it. Van Hooijdonk was fouled. And this should be an opportunity for John Collins to curl one in with the left foot, or maybe Van Hooijdonk again, the two players who hog the set pieces for the Scottish team. You imagine from this particular area of the field, Van Hooijdonk might try one with the right foot. Big number 9 could lash one in once the wall is 10 yards back. And Hooijdonk puts it over the wall. Oh, Southall again. There'll be a few cameramen caught that one. Beautiful save. Poetry in motion. The flying Neville Southall. Great athleticism from Southall. We've seen 3 saves of the highest quality. Well, it's been a night of vintage Neville Southall. Let's hope that he can keep it down to 2. Celtic certainly have tested him in the second half, especially that man Van Hooijdonk. I'd like to meet him every week. Unsworth protecting his goalkeeper then. As we reach the final straight, Both sets of fans still an excellent voice. Nobody going to leave the ground early. Everybody wants to stay around and pay a final tribute on the night to Neville Southall. Taking the back pass when he started out at Everton. He used to pick those up and bounce them to the edge of the 18-yard box. Times have changed, but the standards of the big man haven't. And now it's the Celtic fans who are singing the name of a legend, a British legend, a worldwide legend. Anywhere you go in the world, you can ask about Everton, and the first name that springs to the lips of any fan in a foreign land is that of the Everton and Wales #1. His reputation stretches far and wide. One of the most respected pros in the game. The Celtic fans demanding a wave as the Celtic defence have to get organised. Bonner waves his hand at the ball and Celtic clear it. There we go, the full-time whistle. It finishes all square. Everton 2, Celtic 2, but it could so easily have been Celtic 4 or 5, but it hadn't been for the great man, the big man as he's known within the changing room at Goodison Park. Neville Southall walks almost shyly off the field, but the whole of the ground rises to pay tribute to the legend. Celtic players have tried their best, but they couldn't beat him on more than 2 occasions. 3 classic saves from Southall. Really, athleticism which is well below his years. Celtic players pay tribute to their fans before everybody, but everybody will pay tribute to the man we're here for tonight, Neville Southall. 81 caps, 500 league appearances, 650 in all, 2 championship medals, 2 FA Cup wins, a European Cup Winners' Cup medal. He's played in the Milk Cup final, the Simod final, the Zenith final, and there's been a bit of a cup final tonight. The cup to mark the occasion is shared between Everton and Celtic, but there will never be another like tonight. It's Neville Southall's night, as he goes out with young Sean Kelly to greet the fans and to thank them. And Joe Royle, very much in the shadow of Neville, young Sean and young Samantha out there. And all you have to do is listen to the Scottish and the English in unison for the Welshman. First show of sentiment from Neville tonight. Maybe now he's allowed to be soft when his daughter's around him. I bet she can tell us a few stories about her dad and how he isn't the hard man that we all respect. And a big, big hug for Samantha as Neville goes off the pitch. He's been asked to say a few words to the fans, but
Celtic supports have been absolutely magnificent tonight.
It's brief and to the point. That's what he's about.
Just wish you a safe journey home, everyone, tonight, and have a good season. Thank you very much.
Neville Southall thanks the fans, and we all thank him. One of the greats.